it's been an inspiring this week, I think, for all of us. Very informative, encouraging, making new friends. We thank you for your participation, your insight, and enthusiasm over the past 3 days. We have learned together and have had the chance to exchange ideas, experiences, and opinions regarding these issues that are so important to us all. And we have renewed our resolve to work together. Uranium, its extraction, its end uses, and its energy potential is a global issue. It could even be considered the very first truly global issue, the first truly global threat. After the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world became aware of the destructive power of these bombs. The fact that so many of you have come from all over the world to attend this conference speaks to the importance of this issue on a global scale. We must be responsible, global citizens, and recognize that the decisions that we make in relation to uranium are truly sovereign or independent decisions, are not truly sovereign or independent nations, because of the lasting impact it will have on the world. That is why conferences like this one are so important. As I said 2 days ago, this conference is only the beginning of a renewed alliance building, the beginning of an improved nuclear policies, the beginning of a better, safe future for our children, a future without contaminated water and lands, a future without the threat of nuclear warfare. Now that you've reached the end of the symposium, I'd like to talk to you a bit about endings. We have identified the endings we wish to achieve. And with the right tools, domestic policies, and international agreements in place, we may be fortunate enough to arrive at these endings within our lifetimes. The Cree Nation has been vocal in our opposition to uranium exploration and extraction in our territory. We have enacted a permanent moratorium on uranium development of any kind in Inuit. The Quebec government has heard this opposition, and the uranium mining industry has heard it as well. Our territory is free of the threat of uranium development, and we intend to keep it that way. I will say it again. Our territory is free of the threat of uranium development, and we intend to keep it that way. I had to repeat that because it repeat if they do not clap. You gotta have fun. Well, as you know, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples affirms that First Nations have the right to self-determination. It means the right to determine and develop priorities and strategies for the development of views of our lands. The Declaration also affirms that states must make sure that hazardous materials are not stored or disposed of on Indigenous lands without a free, prior, and informed consent. So we have the right to say no to development activities that will harm our territories, our people, and our way of life. Uranium waste remains hazardous for thousands of generations. It is the local community who suffer the health risks, the environmental impacts, and who bear the burden of the long-term maintenance of storage containers. We are the ones who will be most affected by a leak or a spill. We'll be the ones left to deal with the consequences. Uranium's legacy has been devastating. Spills of nuclear waste storage facilities have destroyed lands, destroyed livelihoods. The meltdown of nuclear reactors at Chernobyl and Fukushima lead to devastation and evacuation. A-bombs destroyed entire cities and have threatened the safety of entire populations since 1945. It is time to put an end to this devastation. It is time to put an end to nuclear warfare. It is time to put an end to nuclear meltdowns. It is time to put an end to leakages of nuclear waste. It is time to put an end to mining practices that disrespect and discriminate against the world's indigenous populations, that disregard the wishes and the well-being of local populations. It is time to say no to uranium. You guys, thank you very much.